So this is the seventh film in the franchise. Comment below if you think they'll make it to number 10 or not. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Jurassic World Rebirth, baby. Like I said, this is the seventh film in the franchise. My goodness gracious. This is coming in at 2 hours and 14 minutes, rated PG-13, being directed by Mr. Gareth Edwards. This is what the gentleman looks like right here. And I'm a casual fan of his work. When we scroll down and look at his filmography, he did The Creator, which came out 2 years ago. I did enjoy that film. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I really did enjoy that movie. And everybody says that once you go back and watch Andor season 1 and 2 on Disney Plus, that Rogue One hits different. And I need to do that. I've heard nothing but great things, that season 1 is great. Season 2 is even better. And then we got to go into Rogue One. And so Rogue One, in my opinion, that does hold up as good as the original Star Wars trilogy. But let's get back to it. He also directed Monsters, which I have not seen, and Godzilla 2014, the start of that franchise. And I thought that movie was okay. If you are a fan of Mr. Gareth Edwards and seen any and all of his films, please let me know down in the comment section below. Now, when it comes to my expectations for Jurassic World Rebirth, I was not interested. When it comes to Jurassic World 5 and 6, I did not like those movies at all. I think that those are the worst in the franchise, so I definitely was not asking for another sequel. However, I am a fan of Scarlett Johansson, Scarlo, and Mahershala Ali. One of them is in the MCU and one is kinda, but not really. Y'all know what I'm talking about with Blade. But they did pique my interest, and just like every Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie, when the trailer drops, I'm like, oh my gosh, why are they making another one? But when I see the trailer, it does look good to me. It does look appealing. And that's the same case with this film, Jurassic World Rebirth. And I was also worried about the quality of the film because you always hear some of the things that's going on behind scenes. But the review embargo lifted the day before this film releases to the general public. And also I did check out a few reactions from people that saw it super early and they were mixed. So I just knew to go into this with low expectations. And that's exactly what I did. And when I go into a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movie, I'm always asking myself, is there a valid, legitimate reason why these human beings are going out of their way to interact with dinosaurs? And of course, I'm going to address that as well in this review. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what Jurassic World Rebirth is all about. 5 years post Jurassic World Dominion 2022, an expedition braves isolated equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. So the first thing that I liked about this film is they have a valid reason for interacting with dinosaurs, going back to the island to where they could possibly die. Not only could you make tens of millions or billions or trillions of dollars, you can also save lives from disease. And that wasn't the case too much in the past few films. The disease in this case is heart disease and a few other diseases that goes on with your eye as far as your cornea is concerned. I suffer from that myself. And so that did hit me personally. But also, if you just want to save lives in general and also make millions, billions, or even trillions of dollars at the same time, I'm not going to get mad at you for that. Second thing that I liked about this film is I actually did care about the characters. For the most part, no one did get on my nerve. And I think they did a really good job of separating certain characters from others, but also bringing them back into one group at certain times in the film. It just kind of raises the stakes and keep you on your toes and guessing and not really knowing how things are going to play out. So I did like how they handled that. On one case, you had the experts with Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Ed Screen, and a number of other actors that you've probably seen before pop up here and there. And on the other hand, you had a family of 4, a father, daughter, son, and boyfriend of the daughter on their own little expedition adventure out in this body of water that kind of get trapped by dinosaurs. Now, as far as the family is concerned, I did care for them as soon as they popped up on screen. I wanted them to live. I wanted them to survive. There was one character, the boyfriend of the daughter. I did not like his introduction. However, as the film progressed on, I came to like his character. He had a very heroic element about him that was respectable. So as far as that's concerned, he was cool. And the rest of the family, like I said, I did like them as well. When it comes to Mahershala Ali, he wasn't anything special in this movie. However, he still was my favorite character, or one of them at least. There was just something cool about him. He also was trying to survive like everybody else, but he had a son that he was trying to get back to. And hey, I'm not mad at that either. I mean, he wants to be there for his son and make a few dollars on the side. And when people were dying around him, it seemed like he was really hurt and that he did lose a family member. This wasn't just coworkers. This is somebody that he loved, that he trusted, that he had value in. And to see that taken away, his performance, not saying that it's the best of the year, but it was believable and I was entertained. When it comes to Scarlett Johansson's character as well, she was an expert mercenary extraction type of person. I liked her character as well, but there were some inconsistencies with her character. At some points in time, they painted her as kind of selfish and she was only in it for herself and wanting money. But other moments, they kind of showed her that she wanted to be the savior of the world and we have to care about everybody and kumbaya, let's hold hands and we got to think about everybody. And that's cool and that's commendable, but it just was kind of weird going back and forth. I was cool with both characters, whether she chose one or not, but it was just kind of two. I liked them both. So I guess that's a positive and also a negative at the same time if you want a consistency. But overall, I did enjoy her character. So, and for the rest of the film, all the characters were fine. No one did anything just glaringly bad that pissed me off to where I was just like, oh my gosh, you're stupid. I want you to die right now. But, you know, everybody else is fine. It's not really worth me going down the list. Again, I liked everybody for the most part. Another thing that I liked about this movie is it's very, very easy to follow. And most of the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies are easy to follow, but this one was more than the last two. I remember in part 6 and especially part 5, I was scratching my head. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Talking about the child, the granddaughter, the clone, the dinosaur, you're trying to make, what's going on here? This is kind of confusing. That is not the case at all with Jurassic World Rebirth, this 7th one in the franchise. It's very, very easy to follow. They're just on this island trying to survive and trying to extract DNA to save lives. And that's it. Get in and get out. It's a simple, easy to follow. So that's cool too. I also like, and I actually love this part that they showed me something that I've never seen before, put me in different locations, territories that were new for me. There was a large sequence of this movie that was shot on a body of water, some in open water, and also another one where it was a lot of terrain, mountains and edges and cliffs and things of that nature. And I like what they was doing in the boat, outside the boat, and around the boat. That was very entertaining to me. I did enjoy myself. And when I was watching, I was saying, okay, I haven't seen this before in a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie. Also, like I said, this is a body of water, but we got water, we got land, and we also got air dinosaurs as well. So that's cool. As far as the designs are concerned, we did get more mutated, deformed looking dinosaurs, and they were cool to look at. Some of them were ugly to look at. Some of them were cool. I did like that. That was fresh as well. So they gave me something else new that I haven't seen before. And for me, that's always a positive. Everybody lived that I wanted to live. No one died. And I was like, damn it. I wanted that person to live, but they died. This sucks. I'm sad. I mean, everybody I wanted to make it out did make it out in the movie, but a lot of people did die as well. So, you know, be prepared for that. And when people actually did die, even though I didn't care, I said to myself, damn, that sucks. It would have been nice if they made it, but, you know, hey, they didn't. Somebody got to die. It sucks for you. I wish you would have made it, but I'm not tripping either. So, I mean, I did care to a degree as well. But guys, those are going to be the things that I did like about Jurassic World Rebirth. Now let me transition to some aspects that really did not work out for me. Number one is this movie is only 2 hours and 14 minutes. And it did seem long. It did drag. I was saying to myself, okay, if this is the sequence that we're going in, you got the first piece of DNA, you got the second piece of DNA, okay, you got the third, we're gonna have to sit through all this again. Man, this is taking a long time. When are we going to get to the end of the movie? Also, the beginning of the film was a bit slower than the middle and the latter half of the movie. I guess that's a good thing that it gets better as it goes on, but you have to be patient at the very beginning of the film, at least to the first act, to really get in there and feel like you're doing something. Also, this takes place on a remote island like most of them do. They're doing secret experiments underground. They don't want to be caught by anybody. So you know that the security level is supposed to be super duper high. The part of the film to where everything went to crap, went to SHIT, to where the compound had to shut down and the dinosaurs break out and they lose control. I thought was very, very elementary and just dumb. It was very lazy writing to me. I was saying that really, you could not come up with a better way to take your own self down. This is just random, silly, and childish. I didn't like that at all. And that's at the very beginning of the movie. So it doesn't really start out the best as far as that's concerned with the story progressing on. Also, guys, this movie is very predictable. Okay, once they get the first piece of DNA, you're going to be saying to yourself, okay, this is what they're going to do with the second one. This is what they're going to do with the third piece of DNA. And that's exactly what happens. And you know what people are going to die. Like, okay, this person, they're an asshole, they're a jerk, nobody likes them, they're being mean to everybody, they're gonna die, they're gonna make it all the way to the end and barely escape. Oh, nope, they're gonna die, you know, and that's exactly what happened. Actually, let me switch back over to the positives real quick. When it comes to near-death experiences, that was done very, very well. There were a number of moments where dinosaurs were just a few feet, a few inches away from biting somebody's arm or leg, and they're like, arr, arr. I know that probably looks silly. And they were able to escape the human beings. And I was like, oh, whoa, they made it. They dodged it. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I was in it like that. So that was entertaining as well. I forgot about that in the positives, but back over to the negatives. Also, I felt that there was too much comedy from one of the characters, and that is the boyfriend of the daughter from the family. Like, I didn't like his intro, but then he warmed up to me. But after that, the rest of the movie, they just had to have joke after joke after joke. It was not necessary at all, and it wasn't funny. If it was funny, then that would have worked. In my auditorium, I really didn't hear anybody else laughing. It just, I don't know. They did too much with that. They was reaching. They should have dialed that back a ton. There also are no surprises or twists or anything like that. There's nothing in this film that just jumped out to me like, wow, oh my gosh. You have to see this movie for this right here. It was very, very straightforward, which goes into the film, like I said, being predictable. And the last thing I really didn't like about this, guys, is I did like the characters, but at some points in time, I wanted them to move a bit more expeditiously. They were just going a bit too slow, making a bit too much noise. I was like, okay, you're not making the best decision right now. It's not the dumbest decision, but you're not making the best decision. That did kind of rub me the wrong way. But with that being said, guys, I still did enjoy this movie. I was thoroughly entertained. If I had to pay for this, I would have felt like I got my money's worth. Now, of course, this is not the best Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie. That's impossible. Nobody had that expectation, but this is definitely not the worst. The worst in the franchise to me is either part 5 or part 6. That's at the bottom. And actually, I will go ahead and rank these right now. When it comes to my ranking for the Jurassic World or the Jurassic Park franchise, I'm going from worst to first out of these 7 films. Coming in at number 7 in last place came out in 2018. That is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I don't know what they were thinking with this film, but I was disgusted by this. I was bored. I was confused. I just didn't enjoy it, and that's why it is coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 was the last film that came out in 2022, Jurassic World Dominion. At least they did bring everybody back and combine them with the new cast as well from Jurassic World. I did like that, but they abandoned the dinosaurs and wanted to go another plot dealing with mosquitoes and insects. I just thought that was a horrible idea. Coming in at number 5 is the second film in the entire franchise, came out in 1997. That is The Lost World Jurassic Park. This movie is not horrible, but I remember being severely disappointed when it first came out. Out of all the films in the franchise, this is not one at the top of the list that I will want to watch over and over and over again if I had limited choices. That's why it's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the film that we're talking about right now, 2025, and that is Jurassic World Rebirth. Not the best in the franchise, but definitely not the worst. I did enjoy myself. It is a simple film, and that is why Jurassic World Rebirth is coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Jurassic Park 3. I don't know why this film gets a whole bunch of crap, but it does, but I liked it. I liked it the first time I saw it in theaters. It still holds up for me. I really did like what they did with the Raptors. It's an enjoyable film, and that is why Jurassic Park 3 is coming in at number 3 for me. Coming in at number 2 is Jurassic World with Chris Pratt, 2015. That is the 4th film in the franchise, coming in and opening our door to a whole new world of dinosaurs that we did not get in the first 3 films. I did enjoy this film. It did have its ups and downs. It did have a corny moment here and there, but it was still a lot of fun, and I enjoyed myself seeing people getting eaten by dinosaurs. With the first film, the original that came out in '93, we did not get to see what happened with the original park. everything went to crap before it even opened. But they had a great idea. Hey, let's see what a movie would be, what Jurassic Park would actually look like if the park opened up. And that's what they did. And I was satisfied. It wasn't a perfect movie, but it was hella entertaining, and I did enjoy it. And that is why Jurassic World is coming in at number 2. And of course, the best in the franchise, this film still holds up today, is one of the best movies of all time, one of my most favorite movies of all time, and that's 1993 Jurassic Park. Best in the franchise, possibly will always be. I don't think anybody on the planet will disagree with me there. But there you go, guys. That is my ranking for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World franchise, all 7 films from worst to first. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And now, guys, I will go ahead and give my rating for this film at the very end. But for now, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share the video, all that good stuff. And if I had to rate Jurassic World Rebirth out of a 1 out of 10, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. Yes, a solid 7 out of 10. But guys, please let me know your thoughts down below of my commentary of the movie. I would really love to hear it. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace, and I'll see you next time.